The Houthis are reportedly studying transit fees for commercial vessels crossing the Bab el-Mandeb Strait. The proposal comes as attacks on Saudi-linked ships and drones continue to raise tensions in the Red Sea. The Houthis say pressure on Saudi Arabia will continue as maritime operations expand in the Red Sea. The reported shipping fee proposal could add fresh pressure to one of the world's busiest trade routes. Analysts warn that prolonged Red Sea disruption could trigger another wave of global shipping and energy uncertainty. The latest escalation adds to fears that the regional conflict could deepen beyond the Strait of Hormuz. Yemen's Houthis are reportedly weighing transit fees for commercial ships sailing through the Bab el-Mandeb Strait, according to Reuters. The proposal follows the Houthis' recent announcement of a naval blockade targeting Saudi-linked maritime traffic in the Red Sea. Regional sources told Reuters on July 29 that most commercial vessels could face the proposed transit charges if the plan moves forward. The sources said no timetable has yet been set for introducing the proposed fee mechanism for ships using the waterway. Reuters reported that Chinese-flagged vessels would be exempt from the proposed transit charges under the current plan. Two regional officials told Reuters that Iranian officials discussed the proposal with Houthi representatives earlier this month. An Arab official said Iranian advisors later helped develop a body that would administer and oversee the proposed transit charges. If implemented, the proposal could give the Houthis greater influence over shipping through one of the world's busiest maritime trade routes. The Bab el-Mandeb Strait connects the Red Sea with the Gulf of Aden and serves as a critical choke point for global trade and energy shipments. Houthis on July 29 claimed they struck the Saudi-linked tanker NCC Ghazal for allegedly violating their declared maritime blockade. The UK Maritime Trade Operations said an explosion occurred near the tanker, but confirmed that all crew members remained safe. Houthis also claimed they shot down a Saudi-operated Carriel reconnaissance drone over Yemen's Saida province. The group said the drone was carrying out what it described as hostile activities before being intercepted by its air defenses. Houthi military spokesman Yahya Saree said the reconnaissance drone was brought down using what he called an appropriate weapon. The latest Houthi-Saudi confrontation was reported by Iranian state-linked broadcaster Press TV on July 29. Houthi-affiliated media claimed the Carriel was the fifth drone of its type shot down by the group's air defense units. On July 19, the Houthis announced what they described as a reciprocal naval blockade targeting Saudi Arabia, according to Al Jazeera. Houthi official Daifallah al-Shami said military operations would continue until Saudi Arabia ended its blockade imposed on Yemen. Yemen's Houthi-led Ansarullah movement said recent Saudi statements reflected what it described as growing confusion in Riyadh. The Houthis said the Saudi accusations came after Yemeni forces launched strikes on Aramco facilities in Jazan and Yanbu. A senior Houthi leader claimed Saudi Arabia blamed Iran to divert attention from the kingdom's blockade of Yemen. Houthi armed forces said they carried out coordinated strikes on Saudi Aramco facilities in Jazan and Yanbu on July 25. The group said the operation involved ballistic missiles, cruise missiles, and attack drones targeting strategic energy sites. Spokesman Yahya Saree said the coordinated attacks had achieved their intended objectives against key Saudi infrastructure. Ansarullah claimed satellite imagery and online videos showed fires at the targeted sites despite Saudi interception claims. Senior Houthi official Ali al-Shami said Riyadh's response reflected growing pressure from the group's expanding strike capabilities. The Houthis said their siege-for-siege policy was a response to years of blockade imposed on the Yemeni people. Houthis claimed they shot down a Saudi-operated Bayraktar Akinci combat drone, according to Iran state broadcaster IRIB. The group said the Turkish-made combat drone was flying an operational mission over northern Yemen at the time of the incident. The Yemen-based group claimed the unmanned aircraft was carrying out what it described as hostile military activities. According to the Houthis, the drone was brought down while operating over Yemen's Al-Jawf province. The group identified the aircraft as a Bayraktar Akinci, one of Turkey's most advanced long-endurance combat drones. Yemen's armed forces released footage that they said showed the drone bursting into flames before crashing to the ground. The claim came after Saudi airstrikes targeted Sana'a International Airport earlier this month amid renewed hostilities. Yemeni forces later responded by launching ballistic missile and drone strikes against Saudi Arabia's Oboh International Airport. clashes erupted between Yemeni forces and Saudi-backed militias in Yemen's al-Jawf province, according to Press TV. Airstrikes also targeted Houthi reinforcements in Marib and al-Jawf provinces, Yemen TV reported, as fighting intensified. The broadcaster said the strikes hit missile launchers, Katyusha rocket sites and weapons depots used by Houthi forces. According to the reports, the airstrikes also targeted Houthi positions in the Al-Juba, Al-Safra and Majzar districts. Yemen TV reported that several Houthi fighters, including missile specialists, were killed during the latest strikes. The escalation followed recent Houthi threats to target Saudi-linked commercial shipping operating in the Red Sea. The Houthis had earlier announced a maritime ban on Saudi Arabia, warning vessels transiting through the Bab el-Mandeb Strait. The Houthis claim they have launched one of their biggest attacks yet, with massive explosions lighting up the Saudi skyline. Yemeni missile and drone strikes reportedly triggered huge fireballs across multiple locations in Saudi Arabia. Several Saudi cities reportedly came under attack as the Houthis opened a new front in the expanding regional conflict. Reports say Jizan, Yanbu, and Damad were rocked by powerful explosions during the overnight strikes. The Houthis appear to be expanding their target list, hitting energy sites, airports, and critical infrastructure. Missiles, drones, and massive fires reportedly plunged parts of Saudi Arabia into chaos overnight. Reports claim operations at Jeddah airport were disrupted after the latest Houthi missile attacks. Saudi Arabia's strategic energy infrastructure has once again come under heavy pressure. Fresh Houthi strikes reportedly targeted multiple high-value Saudi military and economic sites. The conflict is now reaching deeper into Saudi territory as tensions continue to escalate. Missile attacks are now threatening both Saudi aviation and energy infrastructure simultaneously. The latest barrage suggests the regional conflict is entering an even more dangerous phase.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that look, you will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest news makers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the U.S. will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry ghats.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Have you ever wondered what happens when a banking dynasty meets tides of world history, intrigue, and a dash of myth?
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HT videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.